Hi everybody, this is Lottie. I hope you're having a good day today. Today I decided I kind of wanted to talk about paper dolls, which is something I've been doing for ever, but also more seriously in the past 2-ish years. I have my first serious paper doll I made here, and then my most recent here. This is my first paper doll I really seriously made about, I want to say 2-ish years ago. It's of my character Baldric Doe. Her arms are very long, I'm now noticing, but I kind of dig that. But yeah, I did this primarily in ink compared to most of the rest of them. Other than one other one, I did most of them in colored pencil. And watercolor. This is almost all ink with a little bit of watercolor for her joints and the like. Yeah, I don't know. I think she's very precious. I do want to make a new one of her relatively soon, just because I feel like my skills have progressed and how I draw her has kind of changed a little bit. But yeah, she was made with India ink in her dress area. I really like the texture I got from that. I think it suits her character very well. Like I said, I inked her outlines in ink, just like a little red pen, which I kind of regret. I think it would have been better if I would have had something with a little bit more line weight variety than the tiny pen, but it worked for some of the detailing, like her lace and stuff. I have improved that lace since then too, though. I remember this was a lot of fun because I was obviously figuring stuff out still, but also it was fun doing her little legs. I had a hard time deciding on whether I wanted her legs to be also jointed, but at the end of the day, with how her dress felt, I felt it was more aesthetically pleasing at the time to have her just have standalone legs that don't bend. And again, it was my first one, so I was trying things out. Yeah, I still love her, even though I'm gonna make a new one of her. She's very precious to me. The bow keeps on falling off her head because something I like to do is layer pieces together, to try and give them some dimension. So this is kind of taped to the back of her head. I need to find a better solution. I guess I will also say, if you guys have any interest in tutorials on how I make paper dolls, let me know. I don't think what I do is extremely different than other tutorials that are out there necessarily, but maybe I do tend to make mine a little bit bigger than I guess most common paper dolls are, so maybe that would be helpful. I could just give some tips and tricks. I don't know when I would do that, but it is a possibility if you think it would be helpful to you. Also, she does have some mismatching joints. I stole some of her joints for another project that I didn't have enough pieces for yet, and now she kind of has mix and match, so if I ever displayed her, I would obviously change that. But yeah, I don't know, I love her. Yeah, she has golden eyes, which is a feature she has as a character, but I made them metallic golden. Her joints are technically metallic golden as well, or metallic pink, a rose goldy pink as well. I don't know, let me, if I shift this, hopefully that'll capture it well. I'll also put some pictures of her. I took her to a really cool little I don't know, what was it? Abandoned factory site. It was abandoned, but it was a public place you could go to. I took her to an abandoned factory, and it was really cool to see her kind of in a visual element that I feel fit her very well, if that makes sense. I'm really glad I took her there. I would like to do more photography with my paper dolls. I don't have a high interest in animation necessarily, but I do really like putting them in areas that I think are fitting for them. I would like to do more photography because that's really, if I'm not interested in animation, that's all I can do with them, really, right? Yeah. What I want to talk about is the next one I made. I'm trying to do these in chronological order. The next one I want to talk about is this character, which is also Doe, Baldric Doe. I call her Doe for short. In a feral form, which is actually how I originally started drawing her when I first created her. I have mixed feelings about this doll. I think the articulation is impressive, but I think I could have put it on better spots in some places. And as well, I've learned more about both paper dolls and ball jointed dolls more since I've had this, created this doll. I think she can be like really creepy, which is cool, but I don't have a strong connection to her as much as my other ones comparatively. Let me get her standing up. She's really weird when she stands up straight. Yeah, I still think she's cool. Like I said, it's hard, I think, as an artist. We often are like, oh, I could do better than that now. And it's really hard when it's on like such a precious character like Doe is for me. But again, I don't regret it, and I think it is kind of crazy that my second doll was like this articulated. I remember it being a huge pain in the butt, but I did learn a ton on it, and it basically made all of my following paper dolls easier to work with or work on. I'm actually interested in selling her potentially, but yeah, if anybody is interested, let me know and make me an offer in any of my DMs. I'll try and respond to you soon. Yeah, but yeah, that's her. She's made basically in the same way as the other doas. I think I literally made them within like 48 hours of each other, probably, if I remember correctly. But yeah, she's a creepy little gal, but just the way I like them. Okay. So this one is so big that I'm having a hard time getting him all into frame, but this is my character Faye. This is like definitely the biggest doll I've ever made. I don't remember his exact measurements, but like here's my hand and he's pretty freaking big. You probably can see the lovely setup I have going too. But anyways, yeah, he's just a fox character that I have. This is actually a doll that is incomplete for 2 reasons. One, I just realized he's missing his other ear that I need to like make a new one and tape back on. Luckily, I still have all the supplies, so it should be fine. But also, he's supposed to be wearing a muzzle. Haven't totally figured out how I want to do that still, and I keep procrastinating on it. This doll is well over a year old now, and I definitely need to finish him. But yeah, he is the first one I used star joints on, and I really like them. I think obviously they fit his character quite well, and yeah, he's huge. It was really fun making this doll. Not as time intensive as I thought it was going to be honest, but I kind of did it all in like one go kind of thing. Also his wing got, and I haven't been happy with these wings. That's another thing that needs to be fixed, is I need to change these wings, and I want them to look better and different. And they're supposed to have like these golden stars on it too, which I haven't figured out. I might just settle on like do watercolor. I just really like the idea of it being reflective, but we'll see. Yeah, he's glittery as well. Let me see if I can get some of his iridescence in, because that was really important to me. He's actually like slightly off model color from his character design, because I wanted him to have this iridescent gleam, and I have watercolor in that, or like an iridescent watercolor in that field of color. But so it made him a little paler than he is, but I think the sacrifice was worth it for what he looks like. Yeah. Okay. Here's our next doll, Fluttershy from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. If you haven't followed me for a while, you might have noticed I had a moment, a Fluttershy moment, where I just drew her for a year straight, essentially. So, yeah, it's not surprising that I ended up making a doll of her, I guess. That being said, it's not my favorite out of all my dolls. Not in, like, a technical sense. I think technically it's fine. I think there's a couple things I could have done differently. I wish I would have done her wings a little bit differently. If only to, like, maybe make this one darker so it, like, kind of gave more of a shadow appearance, so it, like, doesn't... I feel basically, I think sometimes, unfortunately, her what's the word I'm looking for? Silhouette gets kind of lost in because of how big her wings are and how kind of fantastical I made all of her parts. I think I could have toned it down maybe a little bit, but I do think it is a pretty doll. This is another one that I think I did like within 48 hours. Yeah. She is pretty cool. This is another doll that I'd be willing to sell if anybody is interested. And yeah, I do think she's pretty. I really like the colors I chose for this one. It was hard getting the yellow to work. I've never really worked with yellow paint because I'm actually not that big of a fan of like yellow, to be honest, in my own work. So Fluttershy really challenged me this past year, and I do enjoy it more as a color now because of it. She also was done with at least a little bit of iridescent paint in some areas, to make her a little bit more goldeny, because I prefer the golden hue rather than like more yellowy. Yeah. She kind of, a lot of people say, I wanted her to look like an old school unicorn kind of. But yeah, that's Fluttershy. I also just realized her eye color is, no, it's right. I thought I made it straight up blue. I was like, oh, fake fan. Anyways. Okay, this is our next doll. This is my character Dia. From this angle I'm looking at her, she looks a little bit crazy because of the iridescence that's on her, but hopefully it looks okay for camera. But yeah, she's gonna have lots of clothes and accessories in the future. I plan to make this like one of my main dolls that I like dress up and like have fun with. But yeah, she's kind of like the first doll I kind of figured out, like this kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Digigrade legs like this in anther form. I'm actually quite pleased with how they turned out. And yeah, also she isn't usually wearing this little bra situation. You know, it's YouTube. But yeah, no, she's very cute. I'm happy with how she came out. I figured out a lot about like making feminine bodies that don't have clothing on work for this. I think I did it pretty well too. Yeah, I might end up making her another face as well potentially, but that seems like a lot of effort right now. So we'll see. I do like how she came out for now. Yeah. I'm also going to take a second here to say that I've made some commission dolls. I'll put them on screen here for you, and also a couple of gifts. The next one is also going to be a gift. But I made a couple commission dolls. I don't have good pictures of most of them, but there's one of them I took in the grass and it looks quite pretty. I was really happy with how that turned out. It was a really fun character to figure out. I loved the three tails. I thought that was a lot of fun to figure out. And I hope the commissioners that I've given the dolls to really enjoy them. It's not a commission type I really plan to open again. And then also my friend Jess, I made her this little peachy pup. And I made it with the intention of giving it to her in person, but unfortunately it didn't work out. But I got to send it off to her and she loves her and it makes me so happy that she does. I actually kind of designed the character as a one-off, as a gift for her, because I don't remember why it happened actually, but I did really I love drawing my friends' personas, and it always makes me happy when they like them. Okay, and this last doll I have for today is for my friend, my bestie Sabine. This is their character Eclair, and it's very special to me because Sabine was originally commissioned me. That's how we met, and it was actually this character that they commissioned me to draw for them, and it feels very magical now that we're best friends to like get to recreate her in like my new style, like my new and grown style. And yeah, so I wanted to make her a nice little gift for her birthday. And so this is the first doll I've actually made accessories for. So she has a little cinnamoroll. And I do love, it's so cute. The character is like very cinnamoroll themed. So it's really fun to see that. Like it's fun to see cinnamoroll with her. And then I also made her this little I don't know if it's a plushie or it's supposed to be like a real cat, I'm unsure. This is my first suiting character, Ghost, and so they're besties. Let me trade it out. And it's very cute. Aww. I also made her an alternative outfit. This is the first time I've done that too, of her little pajama set, which is very cute. I don't feel like putting it on right now, but if I take pictures, which I will, before this goes out, I'll include some pictures with this video of what she looks like with it on. The wings were fun. My girlfriend, I was originally going to make them just one piece, but then my girlfriend was kind of scolding me and was like, stop it, it would look better with a joint, and she was right. And it does definitely give the wings a lot more movability and like posability, I think. Yeah, so yeah, with that is the end of my paper doll tour. I hope to keep on making more. It's a dream of mine to do an art show. I wanted to do an art show a couple of years ago, and then I had to cancel it for a mixture of health and like other reasons. And it's a really big dream of mine to pursue having one again, and primarily make it paper dolls is the goal. But it might be a while, so we'll see. I am taking my time with it, but I really hope you enjoyed it. And again, let me know if like you think a tutorial by me specifically would be helpful. I would probably, and tell me if you would want like a simple one, like a chibi, or if a full-fledged one like this, which would be a little bit more time intensive, would be more interesting to you. Yeah, just let me know. Thank you so much for watching as always. I appreciate your support, and I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you. Bye-bye.